Let me just start by saying this. Being a CEO isn't all power, suits, and private jets. Sure, it looks glamorous from the outside, but in reality, it's like being the captain of a sinking ship who's busy yelling at the crew for not paddling faster. And yeah, I've yelled a lot. It started on my first day as CEO. Walked into the office, ready to inspire my team and lead the company to greatness. Within an hour, I'd snapped at my assistant because the coffee was too cold. It wasn't her fault, but hey, someone had to pay for my nerves. That's when I realized the key to being CEO isn't competence, it's confidence. And if you can fake confidence, well, you can fake just about anything. Take meetings, for example. Nothing screams, "I'm in charge," like interrupting someone mid-sentence. I'd walk into a room, slam my notebook on the table, and say, "What's the bottom line here?" Did I understand half of the jargon being thrown around? Absolutely not, but that's the trick. You don't need to know what's going on. You just need to act like everyone else is wasting your time. It's amazing how quickly people will scramble to simplify things when they're terrified of getting fired. And speaking of fear, let's talk about motivation. You've probably read all those fluffy business books about inspiring your workforce and creating a culture of collaboration. Let me save you some time. None of that works. If you really want results, you've got to weaponize their insecurities. When sales were down, I'd walk onto the floor, pick a random employee and say, "So, do you think this company would survive without you?" It's not a question. It's a statement disguised as one. Watch their faces turn white as they suddenly doubt their output. Of course, sometimes I take it too far, like the time I told the marketing team their campaign was so bad it made me physically ill. That might have been harsh, but hey, they got the message. By the next quarter, we had a viral hit, and nobody mentioned the crying in the bathroom incident again. Results speak louder than therapy bills, right? Let's move on to emails. My staff loved to send me these novel-length updates full of charts, bullet points, and attachments I'd never open. My response? Ruthless efficiency. I'd reply with one word. No. No explanation, no follow-up, just no. It's amazing how quickly people learn to stop bothering you with minor details when they're terrified of your inbox wrath. Once, someone tried to call me out. "Did you even read the proposal?" I looked at them dead in the eye and said, "Did you really think it was worth my time?" They never asked again. But my favorite trick? The fake fire drill. When morale is low, I'd start dropping hints that I was considering layoffs. Just a whisper in the right ear. "I'm reevaluating priorities." Suddenly, everyone's working late, desks are spotless, and reports are being triple-checked. And when the panic hit its peak, I'd stroll into the office with donuts and say, "Relax, team, you're doing great." Boom! Instant gratitude. Fear is a hell of a motivator, but relief? That's how you get loyalty. Then there's the company culture. You know those trust falls and team building exercises HR is always pushing? Total waste of time. Instead, I'd throw a wild curveball into their day, like showing up to the office in gym clothes and declaring it was time for mandatory team cardio. Half the staff thought I was insane, but the other half spent the next week bragging to their friends about how quirky and innovative their CEO was. Perception is reality, my friend. Here's a personal favorite moment, our quarterly town hall. These events were supposed to be an open forum for questions, but I treated them like my personal stand-up routine. I'd crack a few jokes at the expense of upper management, give a rousing speech about big picture thinking, and wrap it up by dodging any hard questions. If someone had the audacity to ask about our declining profit margins, I'd laugh and say, "Now, that's above my pay grade." The room would erupt in awkward laughter, and just like that, crisis averted. But here's the thing, you can't abuse your staff 24/7. You've got to give them just enough hope to keep going. Once a month, I'd pick one person to mentor. I'd take them out for lunch, tell them they had untapped potential, and suggest they apply for a promotion. Did I mean it? Of course not. But that spark of validation kept them loyal for another 6 months, minimum. Sometimes, I'd even let them pitch their innovative ideas in meetings just to give them the illusion of influence. Nothing boosts morale like pretending their opinions matter. Even with all my tricks, there were still days when things spiraled. Like the time the office Wi-Fi went down and half the team decided it was a sign from the universe to take a 2-hour lunch break. I stormed out of my office, banged on the nearest desk and shouted, "Who do you think pays for this building? Get back to work!" Did I overreact? Maybe. But by the end of the day, we had a new Wi-Fi provider and a whole floor of terrified employees who didn't even blink before responding to my emails. At the end of the day, being a CEO is about survival. You're not here to be liked. You're here to keep the company afloat while looking like a genius. Sure, my methods were unconventional, but the investors were happy, the board loved me, and the staff, well, let's just say they learned to adapt. And if they didn't, there's always another intern. But hey, before you go, just hit that subscribe button. Yes, I know you want that.